I'm Heather with Going Batty, and today I'm going to show you an update on our garden. Alright, so I know it has been a hot minute since we have done any kind of videos. Our life is kind of crazy right now. My husband is working on his master's degree, and so we've just got a whole lot going on right now. But I wanted to show you what our garden is doing because it's doing really great. So these here, this is all of my potato plants. So you can see there's little white blossoms on them. So these are doing great. We've hilled them, we've put straw around them to kind of, to help them to keep growing and spreading out and stuff like that. But I am really excited about these. We have here, this is my carrots. They're doing okay. Some of them didn't come up, but I've got quite a few of them in here now, so those are looking pretty good. And then over here, these are our onions, and these are probably, it might be hard to tell from here, but they're probably about 2 feet tall. So those are doing really great, and we're starting to remove the protective chicken wire from around them because they've taken enough root right now that I don't think anything really is going to dig them up. But the other thing that we had to take the fencing off of is my cabbage. It was actually like all squished up inside. So we've got the cabbage going here, and I wanted to show you. I've not sprayed these or anything, and there's a few little, like if you look at like here where something has chewed on it. But here in Ohio, if you don't put something on these, it'll eat them up. And usually I've used a product called BT. It is an organic, not really a pesticide, but what it does is if the cabbage moths eat on it, it'll actually kill the moth, but it's the larva, but it's safe for people and pets. But I also read that if you plant onions, it'll help keep those away. And by golly, I mean, there's a little bit of chewing on them, but for the most part, they've really left these cabbages alone. All right, so these are my pepper plants, and these are we still have the fence around these because they're still kind of small, but they are growing, which is good. We were getting so much rain lately that they were actually starting to turn yellow, and they were really stunted, but it's dried out a little bit. After the tornado happened and everything, we haven't had quite as much rain. So these are looking a lot better. These are my green beans. And as you can see, something has been chewing on these. And what I noticed is that when the grass grew up around it, anything that was close to the grass got eaten on. I used some neem oil on it. I did use some diatomaceous earth. I sprinkled it on them. But since this is something that we're going to be picking and eating, and you don't peel it or anything, I didn't want to use any like harsh pesticides on it. But they're starting to do better now. I actually got some little blossoms getting ready to start on them. All right, so these are my tomato plants, and they are getting huge. And I'm actually going to leave the fence around these because the squirrels like to grab them, take a bite out of them, and then throw them away. And it's also going to help them because I don't have enough tomato cages to kind of stay contained instead of falling out all over the place. But these are doing fantastic. And like I said, I started quite a bit of tomato plants because last year mine didn't do very well. And all but like, I don't know, 2 of them did take. So I've got tons of tomatoes going on here. But I have them here and then down here. And this bed is a whole nother bunch of them. So I got a lot of tomato plants going on here. So hopefully I'll be doing a lot of canning. So, and then over here, these are my cucumbers, and I was getting worried about them because for a while there they were puny and they didn't look very good. I mean, I still have one that's kind of tiny right there, but these are doing much better, and I've got my dill kind of planted in with them here. So these are starting to look really great. I'm really excited about them. So you're probably thinking, Heather, why are you letting your grass grow up so high around your garage? Well, this isn't grass. This stuff is actually wheat. So we have wheat growing. there. And then again, more tomato plants. But these are, they're either, my daughter planted them, so they're either spaghetti squash or zucchini. So now I have 3 of those plants there. So those are doing really well. And then we have here, that plant there is our comfrey. And if you don't know what comfrey is, it's also named bonnet plant. So it's great for bruising and stuff like that. So that's a really great plant to have. And more tomato plants. And then here, these are all volunteers. These are all, this is where our compost pile used to be. And these are all volunteer tomato plants here. So I've got a ton of them. This here is my lemon balm that Krista from the Big Family Homestead gave me, and it is doing fantastic. We've got more wheat. And then this is my chocolate mint plant, and it is doing, like, it was tiny last year, and this thing has just taken off and is huge now. All right, so this is crazy. Not 2 days ago, this plant was half this size. This is my cilantro plant. I have this in my front flower bed, and it actually looks like it's probably getting ready to bolt. So, but yeah, so that's, it's crazy how big that has gotten. And then over here, this is my parsley. And then this here, this is oregano that was given to me, and it's got corn growing up in it from the squirrels. This was a little tiny, and now it is huge. But in here, I've got more onions planted in here. This is my thyme here. I've got, that is rosemary. I've got a little bit of basil there, but the big ones back in the back here, those are sage, and that there is our horseradish plant. So it is doing awesome, but I am going to have to pull up, because this is field corn. This isn't like, you know, corn you eat. So I'm going to have to pull those up. All right, so that is a real quick tour of our garden. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, whatever, just leave them down below, and more updates as we go. Bye.